Howdy.
Hello, everybody.
Guess what we're talking about tonight? Maters. This mater is called a mini bustle. Now, the mini bustle.
Now, we'll back up for a second. We did talk about planting this back in the spring.
Oh yeah.
We talked about getting the seed and how we'll go back over how we got the seed and how the seed got to us anyway. But we planned on growing this in the spring to see if we could resurrect these seeds because they was old. We wanted some for seed and well, we wound up with more. I just want to talk about them for a minute.
If you'll remember, you'll have to attach the video where we planted these in the tray. We planted about 8 or 10 seeds, I think.
That we put 10.
I think we put 10, and 8 survived.
Yeah.
Now these seeds wasn't some we had from last year or the year before. I actually don't know how old the seeds are. They were given to me by my Aunt Jean. Well, given to Brett because she knows he plants the garden.
Yeah.
And she had them in her freezer. I don't know how long she had them in her freezer, but she was given to them by Mom Ken. And she didn't know how long he'd had them in his freezer before he gave them to her. So we have no idea how old these seeds were.
To do a little history about these, the mini bustle it's a pink German tomato. That's right, it's not deep red, it's got a little pinkish color to it. But it's an heirloom open pollinated tomato that started in our county. You can't find out much information about it because they've tried to talk about it 2 or 3 times, and just like we done, it probably won't go nowhere. But many years ago,
It's named for the person who.
there was a woman named Minnie Bustle,
Mm-hmm.
and she introduced them to our county, Perry County, Tennessee.
My aunt told me that my granddaddy used to work with somebody in her family, to plant the garden, and that's how they had them, is because he would help them grow their garden each year.
One family helped another.
And that was back in the day.
Yeah,
It's rare you find that
he's
today.
been gone a long time.
Yeah, my granddaddy has. He hadn't planted a garden in several years. So,
They do have a few distinctive marks other than being a pink German. And we don't, like I said, we don't know how old the seed was, but these things has been around this county for generations.
yeah.
When I first started planting the garden, all the old men told me, said, you're going to have to get you some of this mini bustle seeds. Makes really good tomatoes. Of course, nobody ever gave me any of them because they grew them and they would save their seed and plant them back the next year. They always talked about them, but they never shared them. They have a few distinctive marks on them. See if I got some that's not hardly right. On the bottom, of course, it's got the little centerpiece, where the bloom was. But each line that comes off it is white colored on these. Every one of the lines is shine on the bottom of them. As it gets darker, it gets harder to see. That's one of the points or one of the key things I noticed about them. And the tops, of course, it takes forever for this green to go away. But there's like cut marks. Every one of them's got them. The fully red one's got them. It's got 2 marks side by side, and it comes off the stem and goes out into the tomato. Looks like somebody cut it with a knife and it healed. But it's something in its DNA, I guess. Every tomato's got the same marks.
Mm-hmm.
They might be a little different, but every one of them's got the cut marks, or what I call cut mark.
We set this one on this plate right here
Well, that one's for seed.
because this is for seed. And the reason we're differentiating it from these others is when we planted the tomatoes, I wasn't feeling well the day Brett planted them, so I didn't go out there and help him. And he had most of them planted before he remembered we were going to put the mini bustles all in one section. That way we could get the seed, pure seed from it. And he only had 2 left by the time we realized this. we only had the two we still had here in the house. So he planted them separate. That's why we keep these tomatoes separated from the rest of them. The rest of them are mini Brussels too, but this one is not going to have any.
It
Close
grows
to
by
it.
itself. They're
Yeah.
not close to any other tomato.
It's grown by itself, so it's a pure mini Brussels
Whatever
seed
the
in it.
seed we got, is what it is.
Yeah. It's the where the other ones got mixed in with, what was it?
It was all heirlooms.
Heirloom. No, there's 2 or 3 different kinds of heirloom. They all kind of just, we put them all in one row.
Abe Lincoln, Mule Team, and whatever that
Goliath?
new one. Goliath is the new one we got. I don't care for Goliath, but anyway.
But that's why we have them separate. This one separated from itself because and this is the seed, the tomato we're getting a seed from. He's already got one. He's already took seed out of, and then it come off of the plant that is separated from the rest of them.
So the next.
So it'll
Next
be
year, these is going to be the heirlooms and not the Goliath and not the Abe Lincoln no more.
Yeah, we're going to just stick mostly with the mini Brussels next year.
Good
All the
heavy
heirloom.
tomatoes, though. They're all good size.
And they're good flavor.
They're
I
not.
like them.
They're not a strong acid flavor like I like.
I know, that's why I like them.
I want one that's got bite. I want one that's you can tell it's a tomato. That and it's watery to me compared to the other ones. I ain't got no big ones in here right now, but
No, we had
Jetstar, Jet Setter, all them has. Well, even the Mule Team and the Abe Lincoln's got a stronger flavor. High acid, what they always called it. Strong acid flavor.
I have a question.
That's my favorite thing. That's the reason I like tomatoes.
Can you blend them? Like if you have an Abe Lincoln and a Mule Team and all that, when we plant them in order, and you can save the seed, would it kind of
They would
cross pollinate and stuff?
You don't know for sure what you'll get, but they'll cross pollinate.
I didn't know. That's why I was just thinking. I thought,
If it would cross with a Mule Team and get the good qualities of both, it would be a wonderful tomato. But it'd have the flavor I want. It'd be even bigger than what it is now.
Well, what I was
Bigger.
thinking.
I think of something the size, something to gauge it. But it's hard to tell them. They're all good sized tomatoes.
I don't have anything. Well, I got a ruler. From its widest point to its widest point is almost 4 inches.
How about this?
See, that's the widest point to the widest point's about what? Oh, not quite 3.5. And its widest point.
They're all good though. It's the smallest one so far. That's probably a 10-inch tomato.
Yeah.
Every bit of it. But they
About
make
2.5.
for our old heirloom that we've never grown. I thought they'd done excellent. I think they'll do better next year. Now, I do believe in acclimation, and some people don't. It's quite all right, but I believe seeds our plants will adjust and put the information into the seeds where will perform eventually better. It might take a couple years, but like our Aramuth. We started growing Aramuth, it was short and it was spindly and it made seed. It did what it's supposed to, but it growed it this the 4th year, I believe. It came back on its own for seed that was lost in the ground. The stem is twice or 3 times the size it normally is. It's head high now and it's got multiple seed pods on it. I mean, it's beautiful. I'll do a video about that thing alone. I wished I had a video when it first started, when it was spindly and little and barely making it to now, because all we've done is let it seed itself back out and grow in the garden. I haven't fertilized it, I haven't dug it up or changed it, it just comes back. Every year it'll come up somewhere in the garden. And it's done nothing but improve.
We'll save some of the seeds from the mini Brussels that are planted amongst all the other heirlooms and keep them separated. Put it a mixture.
I was Swafford's
Mini?
made it, huh?
And genuine, I guess, or pure, the pure one and the mixed breed.
We had another one that was called, they just said Amish tomato. And it makes a little
Heirloom.
naughty tomato. don't know if we got one on there or not. Yeah, that lead up, it'd be hard to tell. But it's not rounder like these are symmetrical. It's it's nutty.
Yeah.
It's just a nutty looking tomato. It's hard to
didn't get
peel, it's
very
hard to
many of
deal
those.
with. It tastes good, but it ain't like these. I'm tickled to death these turned out as round and pretty as they did. I was afraid it'd be one of them that was hard to peel with a huge core, or you know, all twisted up, or that I've never been able to grow one. I've always heard about them, but I've never. This is the first year we've ever tried it. They worked out well. That's Red River pea.
Oh man.
Yeah. You plant Red River peas once, you keep them from now on. Kind of like Heirloom.
Forever.
No, you can't find these seeds there. They don't sell them anywhere.
No.
Our local plant nursery grew them for a year or two. I don't know if they even still grow them because I don't think they ever picked up. You know, they were a great thing. I haven't seen them anywhere else. I just tickled to death we got the seeds of them because everybody's quit talking about them. The older generations has quit gardening or passed on, or I didn't know if they died with the older generation or what happened.
I don't know.
It's another one of them seeds we're going to keep going. It makes a good tomato.
I love it.
So why not keep it going?
You found a red tomato I like.
Yeah.
It's not like the garden peach I have.
And it's like the Praxis cherry tomato, we're going to keep it going.
Yeah.
The golden peach, which it ain't nothing hard to find. You can find a golden peach. You can't find a Praxis, and you can't find a mini bustle, seed or plant. They just don't sell them.
No.
And we got the Nancy Hall white sweet potatoes.
Yeah.
They originated 45 minutes to an hour from here, north of us, in a different county. So we're slowly getting some unique heirlooms.
Yep.
To go along with the hybrids. We don't plant just the heirlooms. We plant tomatoes for different reasons. Some for production, some for eating, some for seed saving. But it's a short video about giving an update on something we planted and tried. If you watched our videos, you knew we planted them.
And we succeeded.
And we have definitely made some tomatoes.
It does smell real good.
And we carried on an old heirloom. That's the best part. We resurrected the old heirloom from some old seeds. So don't throw out your tomato seeds. You can keep them as long as they can stay dry and clean. Tomato seeds work for a long time.
They stayed in the freezer for years. And they growed some nice tomatoes.
Your family hadn't gardened up there in a long time. I have never seen a garden since me and you have been married there. So
We have been married for what?
31.
31 years. My grandmother died 32 years ago.
I got that right.
She died in February,
Yeah, 31.
and we married the following January. So it would have been 32 years. And they didn't plant a garden, to my recollection, for 2 or 3 years before she died. So you're probably looking at least 35 years. Off the top of my head, I'd say a minimum of 35 years since my granddaddy planted a garden.
I knew there was an old Ziploc bag.
So my granddaddy wouldn't have planted a garden in the. Now my Uncle Ken might have grown some
Yeah.
and saved the seeds from them. But now my granddaddy Jesse, he probably wouldn't have. I want to say it was at least 35 years ago the last time he planted a garden. Because my grandmother's been gone for 32 years. And I don't remember them growing a garden in the 3 years before she died.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, it's been a hot minute. I remember helping when I was a child.
Yeah.
And we're what, 51?
One.
So I remember getting
That's
out
very
there.
lowly.
I remember getting out there when I was a kid because he had Charlie horse was his workhorse because he had a plow and a horse.
He plowed with a horse.
He plowed with a horse, and as long as I helped in the garden and helped him do stuff, I got to ride Charlie horse back to the barn. You know, as I'm an adult now, I feel sorry for that poor horse. It had to plow that whole garden, and then let this little scrawny rat get on its back to ride back to the barn.
Relief.
He was just glad to get the harness off of him.
Mm-hmm.
But that was my treat for helping in the garden as I got, and I was probably only about 4 or 5 years old back then, so.
We restarted the very old seed.
Yep. I'm excited.
Yeah.
Man, Jean really loved it.
That's the reason we're sharing this, because there ain't hardly any information out there other than the word that's been passed around through the years. Older generation tells the younger generation, you know, hey, this is where this come from, you know. I've heard stories all my life about Minnie Bustle and her great pink German tomatoes. They've tried to rename, they've tried to call it all kinds of stuff, but it's different.
Aunt Jean was really tickled. We took her a couple of them this weekend, and she just really enjoyed. She got her a Minnie Bustle tomato again.
We just thought we'd share that little bit of information. We're excited anyway. Nobody else might not be, but we think
Like
it's
I
a
said,
good
I
thing.
like them, so they're going to stay at the They're staying at the homestead because I like them.
Yeah.
We found a tomato I like to
New
eat.
homestead stable. Alrighty, well, let's wind this down.
All right.
If you watched for this long, we're proud you stayed with us. Like and subscribe. God bless.
Have a good night.